Good morning and welcome to Self-Love Sunday Live. In today's session, I am going to be talking about safe spaces in yoga. And this is a really big topic, which I feel like we need to speak about a lot more. And we need to shine a light on the dark side of yoga. And I know that sounds crazy because a lot of us probably think that yoga is a really safe space, but actually yoga is an industry just like any other industry. And there is the darker side to it. So if you think about lots of other industries, you think about the film industry, fashion industry, corporate industry, business industries, they all have like a darker side to them too. They're all run by human beings. And as human beings, we have a good side and we have a darker side. And we are perfectly imperfect. So there are imperfections within the yoga industry too. I can see a lot of you coming in. Thank you so much everyone for joining in. Lena, morning, it says, the morning to you too. I hope you're doing really well. And I think Chub, I can't say your name, but somebody else is saying morning. Gamey, I can't say your name fully. But good morning to you. Good morning, TP Creative Design. There, Joel. Thank you, Sithal, for joining too. So yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about it. So it sounds like a really heavy subject. It is a heavy topic, but I just want to shine a light on it so that we can become aware. Oh, Chaya. Okay. Hi, Chaya. Great to see you. So I just want to shine a light on this side of the yoga industry because unfortunately it is just like that, but we just need to be aware of it so that we can all practice yoga in a more safe way. But then we can also raise the vibration of the yoga space and the yoga industry. So when you come into the yoga space as a student, you are vulnerable and you are allowing yourself to be open. You come into that space, you might be coming from a place where you need some sort of healing perhaps, or you're just looking to strengthen yourself, improve yourself, but you need to come from a place of vulnerability to be open to your teacher to guide you in a safe way. And if the teacher you're working with has really good, strong boundaries, then the relationship you have with your teacher is going to be really good. You're going to have a really good relationship. But boundaries is really, really important. And I say that because, again, if you understand like what I said at the beginning of the session is we as human beings have imperfections. And sometimes these imperfections can be projected onto our students. And we need to be careful of that, okay? And as a student, you also need to be aware of that your teacher is not perfect. Like your teacher is going to have imperfections. They are not going to be living yoga exactly as it's meant to be because we are just human beings. And that leads me to my next point, that a yoga teacher is not a guru. They are not an enlightened being. And nor are they there to fix all your problems or whatever your issues that you're coming to within that space of yoga. Not everything is going to be, you're not going to fix everything, right? You might get to a point where you can fully heal and you can heal your body, feel stronger within yourself and feel good about yourself. But I want you to remember that that's you doing that for you. That's not the yoga teacher. The yoga teacher is there to guide you to move through into a healthy space for your body and your mind, your emotional well-being as well. But they are not doing the work. You're doing the work. So I want you to own that and really empower yourself with that fact. The fact that you're going to a yoga class, or if you're a yoga teacher and you're watching and you're putting yourself out there being a yoga teacher, like that's like massive. Like you have to understand the power you have, but that power is within you to do the service that you need to do. So I want you to really understand that so that you can own it when you go into a yoga space, to own your power when you go into a yoga space, that whatever you do on the yoga mat is for your own benefit and your teacher is just guiding you there. I'm looking down because I'm just reading my notes. So I ask that you don't put your yoga teacher up on a pedestal. Like, they don't need to be put up on a pedestal. They are just there, once again, as I said, to just guide you and show you the way through their own experiences, right? Through their own experiences. They're not going to know everything. And that's why it's also important to try different yoga teachers, because different yoga teachers will have different styles and different ways of doing things. And so then you can work out then what's right for you. So there might be a style and you might resonate with one yoga teacher, but it's still worthwhile trying out other yoga practices and see what they offer. And it doesn't even have to be yoga, it could be other holistic practices. And to then start to implement that into your self-care practice. So you're doing yoga, or perhaps, once a month you're going to get Reiki done, or you're getting a massage done, or you're learning a little bit of Ayurveda. Start to bring all these tools into your self-care practice, things that you can do for yourself at home. Like, once again, with yoga, what's amazing about it is you can do it at home by yourself without a teacher there. You don't need anyone there. You can do it independently by yourself. All you need to know is a few of the moves and things like that, which I understand. But if you know a few things, you just need to get onto your yoga mat and really work intuitively to open up your body. And then I want you to understand that if the boundaries with your yoga teacher open up, you can get triggered. So if you start to feel triggered by your yoga teacher, or the other way around, so if you're a yoga teacher and you start to get triggered by a student, it just means that your boundaries have opened up and you need to instill better boundaries, okay? And I feel like boundaries is like such a huge topic. Like, I could talk about that separately as another live. But I just want you to understand that if somebody triggers you in any way, if someone makes you feel uncomfortable, if someone makes you feel less than or invaluable or not worthy, you are being triggered by that person. And that person's probably carrying an energy which is just rising up in you. So you need to create some boundaries and take some space and to step back. And also, I think if a teacher doesn't have good boundaries, they're not doing their job properly. So if you're a yoga teacher and you are not putting good boundaries in, and your students are getting all triggered by you, or you're getting triggered by them, you're not doing your job properly. You need to make sure you have safe boundaries in place so that your students are coming into the space and are practicing yoga and working on empowering themselves. There does not need to be anything else going on, especially energetically. There does not need to be anything else going on other than their journey with yoga. And if you instill your boundaries and you're still getting triggered, and this is for the yoga space and elsewhere, like if you're getting triggered by someone and you still instilled those boundaries, it's time to leave. It's okay to leave. And I want to give you full permission here to leave. Like, if you are in a yoga space and you are getting triggered by your teacher, and your teacher's doing something or saying something that is making you feel uncomfortable, or they're doing something that's making you feel unseen, unheard, unworthy, unloved, insignificant, making you feel less than, then it's okay to leave. Like, I give you full permission. And I say that because I feel like I've been in spaces before in the past where I just feel like I'm doing the practice of yoga, I'm really enjoying it, but there's certain things that the yoga teacher's doing that it's quite incorrect and it's not right. And I just stayed in the space, and that was not healthy and right because it just bothered me a lot. But then I left, and I felt so much better when I left. And I still practice yoga and I still learn yoga, and I didn't lose anything by leaving. And I want you to know that as well. Like, it's okay to leave. And in the act of leaving, it is a love. That is loving yourself. Like, you really owe it to yourself to make sure you're putting yourself in spaces where you are feeling loved, and where you are feeling love. Like, your teacher doesn't need to love you as such, but it needs to be a loving space, right? It needs to be a space where if you are going there as a yoga student, that you're being vulnerable and open, and you can be held in that space and you can trust that space. It's really important that you feel that you can trust that space. And by leaving, it's okay. You love yourself, you're stepping back, you're going to leave, but know that you'll find that love, that connection, that community, or whatever else it is that you're looking for out of that space. You can find that somewhere else too. And often it's actually finding it within yourself. And you might need certain means externally to understand how to find it within, but you can find it within. And I also want you to understand that if you are going into a yoga space and you're putting your yoga teacher up on a pedestal and you're thinking that they can solve all your issues and problems and whatever, I want you to understand that there's an insecurity there. Like if you're feeling that way, there is probably an insecurity there. And so then you need to understand, what's that insecurity? Where's it coming from? And why do I think that that person can solve everything for me? Because no one's going to solve everything for you. The only person who can actually is you. And that is by you learning, exploring, going to yoga, practicing yoga at home, upping your self-care, taking care of yourself, empowering yourself through self-care practices, loving yourself and taking really good care of yourself. So it's really important that you do that. Because you have everything, like you have everything within you to be able to heal. And I know a lot of people say this and think like, what do I know? Like, I don't know how to heal. Like you do. You just have to learn to listen to your intuition. So your intuition will tell you. So for example, it could start from a physical ailment. Like maybe you've got digestive issues and you just think, okay, I need to go do some Ayurveda, or I need to go and do yoga. And there's something within your mind telling you that you need to do that, but you keep putting it off. You need to start listening to that intuition. You need to think, okay, let me go to a yoga class. Let me go and experience Ayurveda. And in that process, you are taking your power back and healing. You're going to get advice from professionals, that's right, but you are going to heal yourself. And I want you to understand that and empower yourself. So whether you're doing yoga or whatever it is, just keep exploring. And you know, like the title of these Sunday sessions is Self-Love Sunday. And I want you to understand that you are so worthy of love. Like you are so worthy of love. You deserve so much love. And if you are not in a space where if you are in a space, and you are not feeling loved, you are not feeling appreciated, valued, seen, heard, you do not need to be in that space, and it is okay to leave. This is Self-Love Sunday. So like, do the love for yourself. Give yourself the love first, and then you will start to see it radiate back to you, okay? And I want you to just remind you of that. So that's a few points that I wanted to talk about, just based on my experiences as a yoga teacher and as a yoga student. And I think I might try and do a little series on this and talk about some other things, because I know as well there'll be also questions about in the physical sense of things, and how you should be, for example, adjusted in a yoga class and things like that. So let me know, like DM me if you would like me to talk about something like that. But I just want you to keep safe in a yoga space. And once again, I give you full permission to leave a space if it does not feel healthy or right. And I give you full permission to really just take back your power, to understand that you're doing the work, you're healing yourself. There is no need to put a yoga teacher or anyone else up on a pedestal. You need to put yourself up on that pedestal and understand that you are worthy of so much love. So that's kind of the message that I wanted to share with you all today. I hope it kind of resonated. I hope that it sits with you and it feels right. And I hope that today you can go away and just incorporate some self-care and some self-love practices for yourself, and just remind yourself once again that you're worthy of so much love. And I really hope that you have a really good Sunday. And please share this video. Like, I'm going to put it up onto my profile page. I'll also put it on YouTube. But I really feel like more people within the yoga industry need to watch this and listen to this and talk about this. Talk about creating healthy spaces within yoga. So if you can share it to your followers, to your friends, I would really, really appreciate that. But otherwise, yeah, I'll be back here next Sunday at 9 a.m. So I hope you can join me, and I hope you have a really good week, and I'll see you next week. Lots of love. Bye.